Hello, would you look what we've got here. Talk about going down memory lane. Let's go down memory lane. This is the sort of TV that I was repairing when I first started doing this full time about 8 or 9 years ago. These were coming in left, right and centre. A Toshiba 32D 3453 DB. This would have been a Toshiba Vestel, obviously, 32-inch smart TV. Absolutely nothing left on the smart side of this, but it will have a Wi-Fi dongle inside. It's got the the usual connections on the back. Of course, these are starting to look a little bit old and tired now. Bless them all. But a much sought after TV, and a TV that was really sold in the hundreds and thousands, if not millions. If I'm having a guess, I mean, I don't have any paperwork to back that up, of course, but I think it is. And this is suffering with, well, apparently it's got a backlight problem. Surprise, surprise. But they were coming in with backlight problems 8 years ago. Talking of which date is this? This is from 2014. Is that right? Yes, October 2014. So this is coming up to being 10 years old, and the backlight started to fail on these just after 18 months. On some of them they got slightly better afterwards, and the latest Vestel 32-inch TVs, of course, have got very few backlights in them. I think the last one I saw had got eight LEDs in the back, but if they're making them last longer, that's fine. That's what people want. So what we're going to do, we're going to take the back of it, we're going to stick a brand new set of backlights in. But I suppose really we should test and see what it's actually doing, because I've just been told, and the customers brought 2 of these in today. I mean, this is, a little bit battered. Is that coming off? Yeah, it's a little bit battered, but it's still functional. Stick a Fire Stick in this and it's as good as any other smart TV, really. HD TV. Right, let's just see. Well, I don't seem to be getting... Oh, I have got some. I have got a green and thingy flashing thingy, as you can see just here. And yeah, it's gone green and we've got no backlights. So let's I mean, it's amazing the customers really brought this in, I suppose, but I'm glad they did. It's not expensive to fix, not expensive to stick a new set of backlights in one of these, and they've also brought the 50-inch version in, or a 50-inch Vestel from round about the same time, with a backlight issue, and they want them both doing. Saves them some money, keeps it going for at least another year, I would hope, as long as this hasn't got any screen issues. That's what you have to worry about when a TV starts chasing 8 to 10 years. You didn't have to worry about it years ago, but you do now. Getting lines on the TV and problems with the screen. So, but we'll strip this one down. And let's have a look. Let's have a look how many backlights are gone. This is the set where you could tell it was obvious that backlights had gone. Your LED tester meter would not power up the faulty ones, whereas nowadays they go short and they all light up still, even though one of them is going to be faulty. Anyway, enough said. Let's dismantle this. It will be interesting to see if, because this is the D model, so it's the 32D, the D standing for DVD. Be interesting to see if the DVD mechanism is still okay. No reason why it shouldn't be. They weren't, again, made to last a terribly long time. I'm just getting a bit tangled up here. Right, back is off. No, it's the Wi-Fi cable. Yes, it's Wi-Fi, even though there's no smart features on this whatsoever. You'll notice that there's no bad caps on here. You won't find any bad caps, not on this particular model, even though if there's going to be a bad cap anywhere, I would have suspected it would have been here on the LED circuit. But apart from that, this is as good as you want it to be. And it's got the usual 17 IPS 11, he says. I'm reading it, that's how I know it's there. And the 17 MB 895 for a mainboard. There's a little socket for the Wi-Fi. For those people that have been with my channel since the very beginning, you'll know there are two versions of this. If you stand them side by side, you cannot tell the difference. If you power them up and put pictures through both of them side by side, you can tell the difference. One has got a Vestel screen, which this one has, and the other one has got a Samsung screen, and it had exactly the same model number, apart from this one ends DB. The one with the the one with the Samsung screen ends D. Fine bit of trivia for you. And does have a better panel in there. Well, it has a Samsung panel. And the backlights did last a little bit longer on the Samsung panel. But there are more backlights in the Samsung panel. This one will have the usual 2 strips of 11. I think we did a video the other day. Well, yeah, it was either yesterday or the day before. Do I need to take that off? I don't think so. I think that should come off with these other screws. These TVs, when they first came out, would have been 250 to 300 pounds, which was a lot of money for a 32-inch smart TV. But don't forget, 10 years ago, 32-inch TVs were still classed as large. There's nothing to them nowadays, but they would have been classed as quite a large TV, or a large screen TV anyway. My phone's just come unplugged from the mains and itself. I don't know how that is possible. So let me stick it back in to charge it up. Thank you. And I have one of these TVs in my lockup just doing nothing, and it works. This is the one that's got a little bit, you can tell it's never been taken out. It's got a piece of tape either end there, and it's got the 3 plastic pivots holding this little board in just there. So you have to get out your little pincer and take it out, which I will. That horrible but very sticky Vestel tape. There we go. don't remember this black tape. I remember the conductive tape, but I don't remember the black tape. Right, I think we are about ready to start dismantling this little beast. Can we call it a beast? Just some clips around the side. Don't remember them being so well hidden. But that's it. Off comes the bezel. I will clean the screen afterwards, obviously. Pointless cleaning it now, we need to make sure that it works. I mean, this is a customer's TV, we're going to put a brand new set of backlights in it. It's absolutely pointless trying to repair, even if there's only one gone. It's going to be interesting to find out how many have failed on this. But it could only be one. More than likely this TV probably failed a couple of years ago and they've only just got round to deciding it's time to be done. Ooh. Is that stuck down? No. I thought it had stuck down for a minute. I thought if it's stuck down, then it's stuck down with dirt. You probably can't tell, but there's a slight yellow tinge to this. So either that's an age thing or it's been in a smoker's house. That is something I will not be cleaning. Always an interesting debate. Should TV engineers, I mean this is not so bad, but sometimes some of the old plasmas we had to go into, which had been involved in, you know, smokers' houses, were really nicotine stained inside, and I mean ghastly stuff. You'd have to wear your gloves to work on it. Some engineers refused to work on it. And they were found to be correct to refuse to work on it, because I think there was a case that went to court. Bit of tape holding something on, of course. That can go up there. Yeah, it does have a slight yellowish tinge to it. There we go. I was going to say the backlights haven't really changed to this day, but they have just in the last couple of years. They've stopped doing the strips of 11. There you have it, the original backlights. Have I got the TV upside down? It feels like I've got it upside down, and I have got it upside down. Not that it makes any difference to anybody at any time, of course. So, how many of those 22 backlights do we think still work? As I say, it could have failed on one backlight, and then the customer put it in the attic and just decided to wait. But we will see. We will do some testing and see how many of these little beauties we do get to light up. Maybe some of them, maybe none of them. maybe 21 of them. It is possible. Let me get my backlight tester out. It's on button 6, I think, up here. I'm going to dim some light so I can at least see. Well, not that I can see, but so you can see. Let's try and light them all up first. So I'm going to disconnect the backlights from the power supply if I haven't done so already, and I haven't. One gone on each strip. What are we taking? 72.5 volts DC. And of course they're not at their full brightness. And because I did one of these, or I did a Vestel 32 a couple of days ago, I've got some new strips here. I can't remember if when I first started repairing these we'd be a little bit more gentle taking these strips off. We'd get a heat gun out just to make it a little bit easier to get them off. Because maybe we would recycle them, maybe we would try and fix them or replace the faulty one. Did tend to stick these down rather well. Just got to be gentle near the socket. So you can just slide it out, ready for the bin. I mean, there was a time when we would, you know, have a look at fixing these individually, going for it, putting the new LEDs in. It's pointless now, and to be honest, it was a bit pointless back then, but we'd do these things for giggles. Wonder how much I would have charged all those years ago to fix one of these. And I wonder how many of these, in fact I daren't wonder how many of these, ended up straight down the recycling centre with one backlight failed after 18 months. I would still want to use one of these TVs. That's weird. The double-sided tape is split in the middle. Never seen that before. These ones are still good because they've got grooves in where they go. The ones that, the later models, of which we did a couple of days ago, as I say, had not got the grooves in, so you didn't exactly know if you were putting them in level. Well, there we go. How quick is that? Should we test it? As in plug them in, just let me tidy up as I go along. Make someone a lovely wife. And I could test this on, test the DVD player on one of my old-fashioned test DVDs. The days when I used to make backups of all my old DVDs and then just use them for DVD machines. Did I plug the... No. I didn't. Look. And to prove it, there it is. Didn't plug it in. Right, let's switch on. Haven't got the standby light on yet, so I don't know if I've got the standby light plugged in. Maybe I got press button. Oh, no, there we go. Do they come back up to full brightness? But anyway, doesn't matter if they do or not. Next question is, what's the picture quality going to be like? Let me put it back together and we'll see. as it hadn't been cleaned in many a month, especially around the bottom area. Especially down there, just to get rid of the crud. I will go over it again once the bezel is on. I'm just trying to get rid of the crud at the bottom and just get rid of some of the initial stuff off. It's still quite dirty. Oops. Schoolboy error. Goes to prove I haven't done one of these in ages. Plug the screen back in. Once the frame has gone back on. And of course, even though we've put new backlights in, we still do not know at this stage if we are getting a paycheck for this, even though it is only a few quid. Don't charge very much for doing these. Well, I charge enough. I think it's £30 for this one. It really is only a 20-minute job. I mean, the fact that I'm chatting away here just makes it longer. But I shall edit this down to make it look like I've done the job in 6 minutes. I should be so lucky. Silver screw missing. Can anybody see a silver screw? Or have I put it in? No, I haven't. How can a screw go missing? How. And I've just realised you've not been able to hear me very well. Because my microphone fell out. I don't know when it fell out, but it fell out. I'm sorry. What else do I need to do? Put the screen in. Put the back on. Make sure you remember to connect the DVD player up. So give me a second here. For those that remember, the little Wi-Fi card is there, if you can see it. Don't know if you can see. Just here. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. There. My apologies if you didn't get to see that. Not my fault, Gov. I ain't got my glasses. They didn't leave much wire for this Wi-Fi. I'm going to have to plug the Wi-Fi in. If you don't plug the Wi-Fi in, you will get an error message until you switch it back to wired. And sometimes you still get the error message. I'd imagine there's plenty of these TVs left in circulation because not everybody would have had one of these TVs to use on a daily basis. Sometimes they were just stuck in spare rooms to use as and when. I think it was this particular model, or the model before it, that wasn't smart. That on Vestel's, or on Toshiba Vestel's website at the time, it said backlights would last up to 100,000 hours. Well, they soon changed that. I think the average was about 40,000 hours on these, but don't quote me on that because I am just making it up. Am I putting screws in now? Well, I'll just put that one screw in there. We want to see if the picture is okay, and we also want to see if the DVD mech still works. Which way do I do it? Do you want me to do it this way? So you get a better look at it. Okay. I'm going to plug it in a second. Right. Well, it's actually plugged in. Is it going to come on? Are we going to get a no signal or a blue screen? It's flashing that it's coming on there, if you can see. And we have backlights. Are we going to get a picture? We are. And no lines, all seems to be good. Right. I have got a selection of my own pre-recorded test discs here. What can I use? Well, it doesn't really matter what I use. I'm going to get... Oh, it's a Thunderbirds. It's a Thunderbirds. Let me stick a Thunderbird. It's not a Blu-ray, is it? Okay, first of all, I don't know if I've stuck it in the right way, so it might stick it out again. Oh, it's making a lot of noise. And it's not picked up the DVDs. I thought it would have changed the DVD channel automatically, but it hasn't. Really surprised at that. Some buttons down here. Let's see if I don't know what that button's supposed to be doing. It just switches the picture. Oh, all these buttons just switch the picture off. Look. Ah, that one. Oh, I see what's happened here. This TV has never been tuned in before. It says no disc, which tells me, oh, hang on a minute. Maybe I did put it in the wrong way. Let me try this. Because I have got the TV the other way and now it says loading. Is it going to say no disc again? Which means it's either faulty, incorrect disc. Maybe I have put it in the wrong way around. One more time for luck. Ah. Yeah, copyright warning, that's right. I just want to check if I've got any audio. I just want to check if I've got any audio. Macrovision, wonderful invention. I'm not too sure when the audio kicks in. Should have kicked in by now, I would have thought. Let me just go to... no audio, look. But I did connect the speakers. I'm sure I did. I'm sure I did. Thank God I didn't do something silly like put some screws back in. Didn't I plug the speakers back in? Oh. Maybe not. Doesn't look like I did. Switch it back on again. But the screen is looking absolutely fine. There's no lines on the screen. It does need another buffing, another cleaning. There we go. I have audio. That's all I'll be allowed to play of that because he says turning it up. Why don't we turn it down? Okay, I'm going to put the other screws in, so bear with me for a second. Right, obviously when the customer drops the TV off, I always say I don't need the remote control. And 9 times out of 10, I don't. but on this particular occasion, well, no, I found two. Here's a much newer Vestel smart type remote, which will operate it. As you can see there, I can switch it back to the DVD. But the one thing you can't do on this is reset it, because this has not got, sorry, you can't really see very much, but just for now, this has not got a menu button on it, because it's a much newer one. On the much newer smart ones, you have to press the home button, and that takes you to the settings. Well, that's no good on this TV. It won't do that. Pressing the home button here does absolutely nothing. But on one of these earlier ones, which I've just managed to find, there is a home button, of course, but there's also a settings button, which is a menu there. So it does take you in the settings. And I just want to, I'm doing this from memory, I want to set up allowing, let's have a look. It's not in there. Where is it? Where do I need to go? It wouldn't be picture, I wouldn't have thought, but I'll go down to advanced. Ooh, did you notice there? It's on dynamic. Let's switch it to something a bit less dynamic, shall we? Let's do natural. That's better. What I do need to do is to come down. I'm trying to find the settings that will allow me to switch it back to TV mode, because at the moment it's not doing a TV mode. It's only set up for DVD, HDMI 1 and HDMI 2, as you can see there. So what is it I had to press? It's got to be in settings, unless I have to go to factory set. Sources. Yes, of course. Thank you. So at the moment it's got TV disabled, extension 1 disabled. Let's do them all. Oh, I've disabled TV, shouldn't have done that. I'm going to enable those all. There we go. Do I have to do anything else? No. Back to menu and it will go. The picture's gone dark because, again, in settings, let's go to picture. And backlights on auto, and I'll just switch it on medium. It's got a brand new set. It should last. But now when I press the little remote control button here, we should have all of those settings that I've just enabled to come up, and there they are. I can switch off and you can see them much better. Didn't stay up for long, did they? There. So they're all up there, including the DVD one, which I'll switch back to. And then I can continue, and just to give the screen another buff and a bit of a clean. But as far as the video is concerned, that's all, folks. That's it. It's done. All the screws are back in. I did find that silver one. It was on my foot. And it's all back ready to go. And of course, the DVD works, which reminds me, do not let them steal your test disc of Thunderbirds. I'm going to want this. Open. Thank you. There you go. My Thunderbirds test disc. I can switch that off now and give it a clean. Thank you very much for watching. I'm sorry if there was a sound problem because my microphone had fallen down on the floor. I don't know how or why, but these things happen. See you next time.